Welcome back once again. We are going to continue with our tour to explore the Vietnam story. And first topic, let us go ahead without wasting any time. Emerging from shadow of China. Now, Vietnam has been very close to China, and it adopted tradition, cultures which China followed, and many people followed, and they mixed with China. So how do you think uh, the French has crossed China and dared to establish its rule on this Vietnam? Because how did this Vietnam, being one of the shadow of China, emerged out of it? Let us see the actual thing. Indochina comprises the modern countries of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. As I said, Indochina comprises of modern countries of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. It early, its early history shows many different groups. Its early history shows many different groups of people living in this area under the shadow of powerful China Emperor. So, so it was so peaceful that under the powerful Chinese emperor, many different groups of people were very much satisfied and living there. Even when an independent country was established in what is now northern and central Vietnam, its rulers continued to remain the Chinese system of government as well as Chinese culture. So, the Chinese system of government and Chinese culture have been remained in the country so long. Vietnam was also linked to what has been called the maritime Silk Road that brought in goods, people, and ideas. Other networks of trade connected it to hinterlands where non-Vietnamese people such as Khmer Cambodians lived. Did you understand it? Now the Vietnam was so famous in our country for its sea trade routes. It is sea trade routes and maritime silk road are both same. So through this maritime silk road, it brought in goods, people, and ideas. Other networks of trade connected it to hinterlands when non-Vietnam people such as Cambodians lived. So all India was linked where Vietnam was a hub over here. So now colonial domination and resistance. So there was a powerful Chinese rule. You have learned that. Now how do you actually think the French came into power? Let us see. It's a very interesting question, right? The colonization of Vietnam by I'm sorry. The Vietnam by French brought the people of country into conflict with colonizations in all the areas of life. So colonization of Vietnam by French brought the people of the country into conflict with colonization in all the areas of life. Now it is very common when someone who is very strange to you come and establishes control over you, then you will be like, oh, why did they, you'll be very confused, surprised, frustrated. And exactly here what happened is, even they took out the conflict against colonizers of all areas of life. The most possible, the most visible form of French also built a system. Okay, the most visible form of French control was military. The French, most French established control, and most visible form of its control is nothing but military and economic domination. But the French also built a system that try to reshape the culture of Vietnamese. So what the French actually tried to do is civilize them. Even they even wanted economic growth so that even they can be benefited.